What's up, y'all? If you've been here before, welcome back. And if you're new to my channel, my name is Tierica, and I like to post videos about the law of assumption, manifestation, and mindset shifting, and really just sharing my own personal experience with them with the intention that you can take from what I'm talking about and actually apply it to your life so that you can create the life of your dreams. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into today's video. And as you see from the title, we're going to talk about meditation because in my last video, I was talking about how I was able to manifest getting off of work in 15 minutes. And I meditated. And I just meditated and said my affirmations. And that really, I don't know, it was very fast. It was a fast process. But I want to talk about meditation because I know that's something that I kind of struggled with a little bit whenever I first got onto my spiritual journey. Of course, I started with the law of attraction, like most people do, because I saw The Secret. And then, you kind of go through this whole, if you've been there, then you know what I'm talking about. You go through this whole phase of things from the chakras to the crystals to the frequencies and meditation. So, meditation was a part of that for me. A lot of things I have just let go of because they no longer serve me. But when it comes to meditation, I did realize that when I was meditating consistently, at the time, I didn't realize my power. I didn't understand the law. I didn't understand how everything worked. I was still looking to things outside of me to bring me my desires and waiting to see if I was worthy enough for them or, thinking that I'm being tested and all of that. So when I was meditating, I did realize that a lot of things that I was meditating on would happen so fast for me. They would either happen so fast or I would get them in with the exact detail of everything that I was, visualizing in my meditation. So I've gone through a lot of different meditation types and I just want to talk about it because I just want to tell you there's no right or wrong way to meditate. In my personal opinion, there's no right or wrong way. Whatever is most comfortable for you, whatever your goals are, that is going to be the correct way. So, I just kind of want to talk about that a little bit. This video I did make notes, like just some simple notes because I want to make all my points. So, we'll see how it goes with having notes for the video. But to start it off, I know meditation is set out to seem like something where you're supposed to meditate to reach this space of complete nothingness, to reach a space of just complete silence. And I've done that, but is that the goal for meditation? To me, meditation is simply a place where you can go to center yourself, to be one with yourself, and to focus on whatever it is that you need to focus on, whether it's a visualization, an affirmation. Maybe you need to like observe your thoughts to see, what all you're thinking about or what your current state is. There's so many different ways I feel like you can use meditation. So meditation is simply just, to me, a place where you can go to be one with yourself. And the whole goal behind meditation, I don't feel like the goal is necessarily to reach a place of no thoughts or just being. I've done that. It was pretty cool when I did it, but I would always be in that space, and then I would realize that, oh my gosh, I'm not thinking about anything, and then I start thinking about stuff again. That used to happen to me a lot, but there's really no right or wrong way to meditate. What I would suggest is, what are your goals? What is it that you're wanting to use meditation for? Do you need meditation as a stress relief? Do you need meditation because you need a sense of peace? Do you want to use meditation because you're wanting to manifest something? What is it? What is the reason why you want to do meditation? And figure out what it is that you want. So here lately, that's what I've been doing. I use my meditation to focus on my affirmations. So I will set a timer. Like I said in my last video, I do like to smoke before I meditate. It just really calms me. It really calms me and it just enhances the experience for me. It's a personal thing. It's not recommended. It's not required. It's just a personal preference. But if you know, you know. But so I'll smoke and then I'll meditate. And when I meditate, sorry, I just hit the camera and everything. When I meditate, I used to sit up and meditate because at the time it was whenever I was studying the law of attraction, it was very you have to sit up and you have to align your body and you have to allow things to channel and blah blah blah. You don't have to do that. If you like sitting up, then absolutely sit up. But for me personally, I do not sit up when I meditate. Yes, I used to, but I realized I would not be able to get to a super deep space all the time because I would be uncomfortable. Whether I was sitting like crisscross or just with my legs straight out or just sitting up, period, after a certain amount of time, it's uncomfortable for me. And I tend to meditate for quite some time. Like, I will meditate at minimum 30 minutes, and like the longest time I believe I've ever meditated was 2.5 hours, but I was laying down for that one. So that's basically what I'm getting into. When I meditate now, I lay down and I'll just go lay down in my bed. Like, eventually, I want to buy like a mat or something, but I just lay across my bed and I honestly like lay across my bed. I put a blanket over me. I put my earphones in and I turn on a meditation music on YouTube. I just turn on meditation music and I have my affirmation ready and I will set my timer and I lay there and I just say my affirmation over and over and over to myself. In the last video, I did say that one of my current affirmations right now is I manifest instantly. So I'll just set my timer and I'll just lay there and I'll just say to myself over and over, I manifest instantly. I manifest instantly. And it if you've never laid down to meditate, I strongly recommend you try it at least once. Yes, you're probably going to fall asleep, but that's okay. I still fall asleep to this day. Sometimes I can stay up for the whole time, but then there's other times where I do fall asleep. Don't beat yourself up because the beautiful thing is you're in a relaxed state, especially if you're saying your affirmations while you're laying down meditating and then you fall asleep like that. You've just like impressed all of that into your subconscious mind. And when you repeat that and do it consistently, it's the same thing as SATs. So definitely, like what I'm about to start doing now is meditating right before I go to sleep, like to sleep overnight, like bed sleep. So I'll just lay there and say my affirmation over and over. But what tends to happen every single time, because I am practicing on focusing on one affirmation over and over and over. But what will tend to happen with me is I will start to go off. My thoughts go in different ways, right? I may start thinking about something else that I'm manifesting, or a visualization may pop up of something that I want to experience, or other thoughts may come in. But because I've been on this consistent journey of self awareness and making sure that I am always speaking to myself in my favor, those thoughts that come in now during my meditation are very much in my favor. My visualizations are in my favor. The affirmations that come up, the thoughts that come up, they're all in my favor. Now, when I first started, when I was in the law of attraction phase, I would be sitting there meditating and things that I'm worried about would come up. And now I'm like, oh my gosh, what about this? Or, oh, what if this doesn't happen? And then I was like forcing myself to be like, oh my gosh, no, those are not the thoughts we want to have. Push those away. Let's go back to what we were originally trying to visualize or whatever. It was just so many rules that I was putting on myself in the beginning when I was meditating. Like, to me, there are no rules. There are no rules. If you are a person who has overactive thoughts, or you have unfavorable thoughts that come in while you're meditating, honestly, do what feels right. Like, I have been in both spaces where I have observed the thoughts and then I just let them go by, or I've had the thoughts come up, and now I'm like, okay, well, why is this thought coming up? What is it that I need to change? What do I need to start saying? Use meditation as like a self awareness session so you can see where you're at. You can see what your mind is naturally thinking, what thoughts it's bringing you on its own, because that's basically indicating like your state that you're in. So just be aware of what you're thinking, be aware of what's coming into you, but also understand that just because it's coming into you does not mean you have to accept it. You know, if you're in meditation and you have thoughts, unfavorable thoughts that come in, just let them come in and brush them off to the side, or just, you can even acknowledge them. I see that you're here, but you're not a part of my reality. Goodbye. Like, no, that's not a part of my reality. Um, but for me now, I really just focus on saying my affirmation and just repeating it, and repeating it. Like in the last video, I didn't want to work. So my 45-minute meditation session was me repeating, I don't have to go to work. I don't have to go to work. And then when I came out of the meditation session, as soon as I came out of it, I had 3 missed calls and a text message basically letting me know that I didn't have to go to work. Um, I do believe meditation is very powerful, however you choose to use it. But I just want you to understand that if you're doing it, if you're trying to do it, you're not doing it wrong. Just keep doing it. Find what works for you, because if you go online and you Google and you have all these apps and it's so many different things, it's so much information. And all this information is telling you, well, you should do it this way or that way. Do what works for you. Do what works for you. Do what feels comfortable for you. Do what feels good for you. Because even though I'm laying down to meditate with one specific affirmation, if another thought comes in, like I said, there are always favorable thoughts now, but if another thought comes in, I will start affirming that thought. Or if a visualization comes in while I'm affirming that, then I'm going to let this visualization play out, or I may loop it a couple of times. I don't really have rules for myself necessarily when I am in meditation. I just allow whatever comes through to come through. I allow whatever is to just be. And it's very comfortable. It's very comforting for me. Like I'll set my timer and do like a 30-minute meditation. And when it's over, when the alarm goes off, I'm gonna have to fix that because there's no way I can keep hitting that. When my alarm goes off, I'm usually pretty sad. Like, I don't want my meditation to be over. I don't want it to end. So, I really love meditation. It's not a requirement to manifest though. It's not, and I don't want you to feel like you have to meditate to be able to manifest things. Do I believe that it can help bring your manifestation faster? I do, but I believe that because I've experienced that. Things that I have meditated on for me happen pretty quickly. So I'm definitely for myself excited for the journey that I'm on, especially with holding myself accountable again to meditate every day and using it in a different way, because in the beginning when I was with the law of attraction, it was more so of me just trying to be in this space of oneness and nothingness and no thoughts and just being and existing, but you're not really creating anything from that. You're just calming yourself or maybe relieving yourself of stress. But if you are somebody who is wanting to manifest something quicker or wanting to manifest something specific, or even if you're an overthinker, try meditation. Try it with no expectations of anything. Like, don't be hard on yourself. Just try it and see what happens. But don't meditate one time, and meditate and say affirmations or visualize and then come out of that and then the next day be like, oh my God, it's not working. That's not what we're doing here. You are essentially using it to help saturate your mind, your subconscious with the ideas of the things that you want to experience. But doing it repeatedly, I really do believe brings you your manifestations. And it could be because, with the whole SATS thing, the state akin to sleep, you're in this very relaxed, I believe it's a theta state. So your subconscious mind is very easily impressed in that state. And that means whatever you're feeding it, it's going to accept it as true. And with anything, when you see results, I believe it becomes easier and it becomes faster. So, again, personally for me, because I've seen results with meditating and affirming, it's like no matter what I go and affirm, it's gonna come. It's gonna happen. Whether it's that moment when I get out of meditation or if it's the next day, the next week, whatever. I'm not worried about it. But it feels really good. So if I could give you any advice, start off small. Don't overwhelm yourself, especially if you have like a crazy busy lifestyle or something. Allow yourself 15 minutes. 15 minutes, 15 to 30. Sit down or lay down, whichever one. Um, they have some where you focus on your breathing and the guided meditations, whatever you want to do. Personally, I like to have control of my meditations. I don't really like to listen to the guided ones. But just do what works for you. If you have questions about meditation or if you have any experiences with meditation, you can definitely leave them in the comments below. I really like to be super engaged, so as y'all comment, I do comment back. But we can talk about it. We can talk about the meditation, or if you have questions, I'll answer them for you. But take the 15 to 30 minutes and listen to music or don't listen to music, either one. But I would strongly recommend whatever it is that you want to experience, pick something. Just pick one thing that you want to experience. Pick a desire and either create an affirmation for it or create a visualization for it. So, for instance, if you want an extra $100, then your affirmation would be, I received an extra $100. I received an extra $100. Or your visualization would be, you pulling $100 out of the ATM machine or somebody handing you $100 bill. And when you go into meditation, you just loop either the visualization over and over again or you loop the affirmation in your mind and you just say it over and over again. And of course, within that 15 to 30 minute time frame, you're going to have other thoughts or visualizations come in. When you notice them come in, you can either entertain them or you can just gently slide them to the side, like, no, not right now, and then go back to affirming or visualizing your $100, right? And just do that every day. Do it every day. Do it whenever you can. I'm pretty sure that you're going to get that $100 really fast. But nonetheless, just give it a try. See how it goes. If you have questions for me, let me know. But I really think that's all I have for this video. And thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.